How y'all doing? Happy New Year. It is officially the second, but in Pittsburgh, we're still doing the New Year's thing. So, and it's still cracking here. As you can see, right there. Yeah, we're still doing our thing. Okay. The card I've been looking forward to the most is UFC 130 or 143, Diaz versus Condit for the interim uh, uh, welterweight belt. And so far we have Nick Diaz versus Sir Carlos Condit. So that's a tough call. I've always said like I will never bet against the Diaz brother again. Like I'm done doubting the Diaz brothers. Every time I doubt them, I lose a bet. So that's not gonna happen again. I'm gonna go with Nate Diaz on this. On the main card, we have Fabricio Verdum back in the UFC fighting Big Country Roy Nelson. On this one, I got Verdum. The only man to make it really big from my area, from Pittsburgh. He went to Edinburgh College, which is just a few miles away from me, is Mr. Koscheck, who's taking on Mike Pierce, and I definitely have Koscheck for that fight. Dustin Poirier and Ricardo Lamas. I got Lamas for that fight. No more to be said. I don't think Bruce Leroy, fuck that guy. I don't like that guy at all. Never have, never will. So, yeah, we'll just skip over him because his opponent's 8-1, he's 6-4. Yeah, fuck that guy. I didn't like him on top, so yeah. Definitely don't like him on the main stage. Excuse me. And we have Rafael Sapo Natal versus Michael Kepler. Don't know who they are. Michael Kepler is 11-0 and 13-3 for Rafael Natal. So I'm gonna go with Natal on that one. Mir Savella versus Jorge Lopez. Interesting matchup. Amir is 5-3. His Muay Thai has improved, but to a certain extent, it's not like it's like he has like uber like ultra like uber excuse me, I'm hoarse this morning. Like he has like super. How dare you text me during my post? Anyway, I don't see him having like uber, uh, strength. I'm gonna go with Jorge Lopez. Jorgensen versus some guy that they brought in. 27-1 though. It's a tough one to call. Jorgensen's a tough motherfucker. And actually, one of my idols, Jens Palver, said he's one of the toughest motherfuckers he's ever sparred with in his life. So I'm going to go with Jorgensen on that one. Chris Cope versus Matt Brown. Matt the Immortal Brown is 12-11. I'm still not sure why he's still in the UFC. Typically, they cut you if your record's that bad, but they didn't. So I'm going to go with Chris Cope. Justin Edwards versus Mike Stump. I'm going to go with Edwards on this one. And for the last fight, Clifford Starks versus Ed Herman. Ed Shortfuse Herman have been waiting for his return for so long. I thought he beat Kendall Grove. I really thought he had Grove on the I think it was the Tough 3 finale where they fought. I thought that Ed Herman had the edge, but Apparently I was wrong, and Kendall ended up winning the contract, and they gave Ed the contract as well. Um, Kendall now fights for some little organization, and Short Fuse is still there. And I love fighters from Oregon. They're just like they're mean, nasty wrestlers, and I fucking love it. Uh, Chael Big Mouth Sana will be fighting Mark Munoz. I'm not sure what card that's going to be on. I looked, and I didn't look too hard. I just was just fucking around, and I can't find it. Let's see. Okay. Uh, on MMAconvert.com, UFC 144 has it's the card I've been looking forward to for months. It's they return to Japan, and it's going to be Benson Henderson challenging Frankie Edgar for the lightweight title of the world, and I guarantee you Benson Henderson will win this fight. I think Frankie Edgar is just, he fought the same guy 3 times. Well, there's BJ twice, and then Gray 3. But there's no, 2 and 3, there's no diversity. So once he deals with the diversity, the jiu-jitsu, the unsubmittability of Benson Henderson, I think Benson has this one. Beta versus Rampage. I see Rampage stomping him. Congo versus Hunt. Congo for sure. Shields and Akiyama. Akiyama hasn't won a fight in his last 3, something like that. I see Shields definitely making a great comeback. At least I hope so, because I'm major pro team Cesar Gracie. Joe Lazon versus Anthony Pettis. This is a fight that really intrigues me. I want to see Anthony Pettis throw those crazy kicks where he touches the fucking ground with basically his head and just spins those crazy kicks. And I would love to see him catch Joe Lazon with one of them. But if Joe Lazon can hold his own, then he can hold his own. And so far he's shown that he can. So it's a really intriguing matchup. Then we have Okami versus Botch. Okami all the way. Soteropoulos versus Gomi. Very, very interesting. Soteropoulos versus Gomi. I mean, this card is stacked, top to bottom. I wouldn't miss one of these fights if my life depended on it. Also, Miguel Torres is back in the UFC. I knew it was going to happen. It was only a matter of time. He's too much of a draw. He's too big of a star to just let go over a tweet that people have already tweeted. People have made rape jokes for you know how many rape jokes I've seen on Twitter. Seriously, I mean, just because you're a fighter, you get fucking fired. You lose your job just because you made a rape joke. And no offense to any rape victims out there. Personally, I know quite a few. But, I mean, come on, man. It's just a joke. And, I mean, Forrest didn't get punished. I mean, so, what also... Forrest is one of those golden boys that Dana can't let go. He promised him a lifelong contract with UFC regardless of what happens. Because of the Bonner and Forrest fight, UFC is now mainstream. It's because of that fight. It's always number 1 during their countdown shows and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely excuse me, I'm very, very, very hoarse. Yeah, those are my picks. I mean, this card is stacked. Steve Cantwell is even making a return against Ricky Fukuda. And Ricky Fukuda from Japan, 17-5, Steve Cantwell 7-5. So, if you recall back in the WEC days, Steve Cantwell versus Brian Stan was an epic battle. If you can't find it, I'll try to put it on my sidebar so you can watch it, because it was a fucking awesome fight. Yeah. Oh shit, Kid Yamamoto. Yeah, he's on here too. Versus Von Lee. So yeah, this card is a must watch, and those are my very, very early picks. We'll see how stuff goes down, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm picking Henderson over Edgar. I'm picking Rampage over Bader. I'm picking Congo over Hunt. Shields over Akiyama. Pettis Lazon, undecided. Okami over Botch. Gomi needs to come back. I think he'll do it. I'm gonna take Gomi over Soteropoulos. Palashevsky over Hatu, some Japanese guy, 25-4-2. I'm going to go with Bart Palashevsky just because I like him. He's a former sparring partner of one of my idols, Jens Pulver, so I'm going to take him over the Japanese guy. Kid Yamamoto over Von Lee. I'm going to take Ricky Fujita over Steve Cantwell just because of the experience factor. Mitsugaki versus basically a newcomer. I'm taking Mitsugaki. And the last one is Leonard Garcia versus Tiequan space Zhang. You pronounce it. I can't fucking do it. I'm going Leonard Garcia. Leonard Garcia has been handed so many goddamn undeserved fucking decisions that I hope he gets his ass whooped. But I do love his fighting style. He just comes out, brawls, puts on a great fucking show. Not hating, just hope that if people are gonna get jacked out of decisions, I hope it's not to Leonard Garcia. He's gotten way too many gifts from the UFC, for in my opinion, to make anything else happen. So I'm sorry the video's so long, 13 minutes, way too long. Rate, subscribe. My last video got 3 dislikes. What the fuck, people? Come on, man. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. MMA talk here. That's it. So, I don't know, I guess, fuck you if you don't like my video. If you like it, thank you very much. I so much appreciate you guys watching my videos and giving me some feedback. And I love you all. And I'll leave you go at 13 minutes and 30 seconds. So,